In this video, I would like to talk about the customer thank you flow, also known as the post-purchase flow. And I want to show you why it is important to have a high quality, long post-purchase flow, as well as the results that I've seen from the post-purchase flows from the brands that I work with, as well as some other helpful tips on how to set up your post-purchase flow. So let's get started. I have worked with quite a few brands, quite a few agencies, and a very common mistake that I see people do when creating the post-purchase flow is these. So they either don't have a post-purchase flow at all because there are transactional emails. Why do you need a post-purchase flow? Another thing that I see is just send in a discount right after they placed an order, and there is no split who gets this discount. So pretty much every time somebody places an order, they will get this post-purchase email with the discount. So it can go maybe 1 day after, maybe 2 weeks after, but not personalized, not some interesting content that will allow your new purchaser fall in love with your brand more. So not really a post-purchase experience. It's just to send something and hopefully they will make a purchase type of thing. So what I suggest instead is having a sophisticated, personalized customer thank you flow where you can split based on whether this is their first purchase, second, or whether they are a VIP. And we really want to deliver some content based on where they are in their relationship with your brand. So here are some numbers for the post-purchase flows of one of the brands I work with. So you can see that we have a split based on the number of purchases, and we have some revenue, and we have some revenue per recipient. So first of all, you can see how the revenue per recipient is growing for your VIP flow and how people who are your loyal customers, they tend to purchase more. So they really deserve that special treatment. So not having a dedicated flow for them is really missing out on some high quality, loyal people who really care about your brand. For those who say that, yes, you don't need a post-purchase email because there is a transactional email, I like to show this email. So yes, those VIPs, they did just receive a transactional email, and then 20 minutes later or 5 minutes later, depending on your trigger for your transactional emails, they opened an email. We told them like how great they are, and this is the impact that their purchase is making, and then they purchased more, without any delay really. Also same here. So I believe this is first purchase 15 minutes after we're sending the thank you from the owner, and we're already driving some revenue. Then we are building some excitement and we are driving some more revenue. And then, we are inviting to loyalty program, some more revenue, and then like upsells, cross sells, and so on. Right, so this is just to show you that email that you're sending, the personalized note from the owner, it does work. And I hope you understand now why I created this video and why you probably should watch to the end. Okay, so let's dive into the strategy. What I have here is a basic setup. We have a first buyer branch and repeat buyer branch. I do recommend adding a VIP branch here as well. There are few ways how you can set it up. You can set it up as one flow with a conditional split that would say placed order equals 1, then they receive this, or placed order is at least 2, then they receive this. Or you can set it up as completely separate flows. So this is completely up to you. I would suggest setting up as separate flows. You can measure analytics better and see your revenue per recipient in each of those, but this is up to you. First of all, you need to decide on the flow filters. It will be a bit different depending on how you choose to set this up, but general idea is that placed orders 0 times since starting this flow. This is very often a missing filter from what I've seen. But imagine that somebody placed an order here. You don't want to send them a discount after they just placed an order. You want them to exit this flow and enter the new flow after they placed their order and became second-time buyer. The next one is Probably if you're setting up the first purchase flow, you want to make sure they have not been in that flow at all. You want to make sure they canceled order 0 times, refunded order 0 times, just to make sure that if they return their order, you don't keep sending them emails with cross-sells and they actually maybe enter a different flow. And then also bounced emails 0 times since starting this flow. This is just to keep your deliverability in check. Okay, so you will decide on your flow filters, on how you set up your flows, and then let's get into the content. For the first purchase flow, what you want to do is you want to thank them for their first purchase. You want to prevent buyer's remorse. You want to keep them excited about the purchase. You want to educate them on how to use the product, if this is applicable to your brand. And you want to convert them to second-time buyers. So this is the most important part, I guess, rather not part, but outcome of this flow is that you want to convert them to second-time buyers. Because first-time buyers in most cases are not even that profitable for brands, and profitability really comes from repeat purchases. So this is a very important flow, and we want to convert them to two-time buyers as soon as possible because customers are more likely to purchase again within the first 30 days from their first purchase. So we really have quite a little bit of time to convert them to two-time buyers. And of course, it will depend on purchase rate for the brand, on what kind of products they're selling, because sometimes those products they don't need for a whole year or something. But this is where you really need to come up with some personalized approaches on how to convert those people, even they maybe don't need this right now. But general idea for most brands, this strategy works. So you send a thank you, personalized thank you note, either 15 minutes after or 30 minutes after or 1 day after, which is usually pretty good. In 1 or 2 days, you want to build excitement about the purchase, maybe invite them to your Instagram, check out how to style our products or something like that. You can then send an email about how to use your product, FAQs, tutorials. If you have loyalty program, this is where you will convert them to your loyalty program. And you can pre-sell something, then you can send them a discount, then you can send them discount last chance, right? And then later on, you can either do tag us on Instagram or a review request. And you can split this based on whether this is international or US order to make sure that they have received their order. So this is overview of the whole post-purchase for one-time buyers flow. And of course, you can have this as a separate flow if you have a separate metric for this. If you are using third-party app, you will have a separate event that can trigger a new review request flow. All right, so we really hope that at some point of this flow, they will convert into second-time buyers and they will enter our second-time buyer flow. So the goal here is to, of course, convert them into repeat buyers. And how we do that? By building more trust, by showing the personality behind the brand. So things that we do here are meant to build a deeper connection with the brand. So this flow would really depend on what it is that your brand is standing for, what gives the personality to your brand, who are the people. So again, thank you from the owner, acknowledge that second purchase, right? Make it really personalized. Then you can do something like meet our team behind the scenes. Did you know this about our founders, or meet our founders, or anything like that? You can talk about your donation efforts here. You can talk about what you've done in the past to make impact on the world and things like that. Then we will also do the loyalty program. You can do some UGC, what's trending among customers like you or something like that. You can do some personalized recommendations and review requests. So again, this would depend a lot on your brand. So things like download the app, how to use products, whatever that might be. These are generic ideas for your brand and generic structure. You can, of course, do splits based on which specific products they purchased, right? If your brand has only 3 products, you can just split based on that and really deliver that personalized how to use the products. You can get really creative, but the point of this video is just to show you that, first of all, post-purchase flow is extremely important, and I think it's one of the most important flows of retention marketing, because what is retention is we got somebody and we want to retain them and keep them as our repeat buyers, turn them into loyal customers. So this is very important. It will get you extra revenue. It will increase lifetime value, repeat purchase rate, and all of those good things. Now, some other tips that you might consider is, first of all, yes, you can do splits based on the product. You can add VIP flow. You can also do something like send a plain text email from customer support to personally check in with the customer before you send the review request, right? So you can do a check-in, and if they don't reply to this email, then you can send the review request to prevent bad reviews and just show again, like really build that loyalty and show that you care about their experience. And now let me just show you some examples of what this can look like. It honestly can look like something as straightforward as just plain text email saying thank you. Right here we have a message from the founder, we have some tutorial, we have a dynamic coupon code for their next purchase. Here we have product education, just to keep them excited and share some tutorials. And this also great email builds that excitement and prevents the buyer's remorse, because they just purchased probably some really expensive dog food. And we want to remind them why they did it, that it's all natural, that we have some reviews, how their dog will love it so much, right? So we really want to get them excited. They're looking forward to the purchase. This is a good experience for a customer, and this is the experience that will have them come back to your brand. So make it very intentional that your post-purchase flow has all of the information that they need. Here we have some cross-sells as well. Here we are cross-selling other bestsellers. We are cross-selling some attachments that the mixer can have. So just whatever it is that is very personalized for your brand and very specific for your brand. And then for the repeat, we have something like acknowledgement of their repeat purchase from the team, about our values, meet the founders, that behind the scenes loop. We have the acknowledgement of the second purchase, and we have become the pro and kind of like follow us on Instagram. So those are just some ideas. Of course, as I said, you need to sit down and really map out the post-purchase journey and how you want your customers to go through their customer journey. Just sending one email after they placed an order is not enough. You really want to build some kind of journey for them. And it will depend a lot on your brand and your product. So I hope this was helpful. Give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions about the setup maybe, or the triggers. There is a lot you can do. This is not necessarily how I would set this up right now, but this is just some ideas on what you can do and like what content you can include. The flow backbones would be different. You can use different triggers. For example, you can use placed order, and you can use shipment delivered and ready for review and things like that to make sure everything is on time. But this is just a basic structure that you can still follow and be very successful with your flow. And then, of course, yes, if they never purchased afterwards, you will have your win-back flow, but this is a separate story. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will be happy to answer those. Talk to you soon.